এবার খেলাটা থামালে হয় না বৌদি? অগত্যা
কে কে আমাকে we're waiting মেঘা তো পিকনিক
তুমি কে? আমরা তো মানুষ।
ভাগ্যিস বললে।
This slight exchange somehow sums up not only Days and Nights of the Forest, but the entire oeuvre of Satyajit Ray's work as a filmmaker, author, musician, cameraman, editor, graphic designer, and storyteller. Humanity, explored in all of its complexities and subtleties, was Ray's specialty. Human dignity was king, and his preternatural sense of empathy for the young and old, rich and poor, Eastern and Western, was unsurpassed. Days and Nights in the Forest, or Aranyar Din Ratri, as it's called in Ray's native language, Bengali, has been called Ray's most Mozartian of his films. This is due to the deep rivers of subtext that are explored in this seemingly simple, straightforward film. And like a composition from Mozart, there are many levels for which the psychological nuances stream. A true tour de force of performance by the entire cast, the use of body language, combined with editing, placement of the camera, and Ray's own tasteful score, creates meanings that could not be found in the typed black and white text of the script. This did not necessarily translate to the general filmy-going public in Calcutta, though. Referring to the release in his hometown of Calcutta, Ray told the British press after the release, quote, "The film is about so many things. That's the trouble. People want just one theme, which they can hold in their hands," unquote. Nonetheless, Days and Nights in the Forest was one of Ray's most successful films, critically and in the ticket sales department in the West. 4 young men leave Calcutta for a vacation away from the commotion of their hectic lives and dirty city. This is played out in the story in parallel strands. Ashim, played by Ray's stalwart Soumitra Chatterjee, is the de facto leader of his old friends. Suave and brimming with confidence, Ashim seems to have it made. He has a car, a good job, and generally seems not to want with the ladies. His life up to now has been easy, yet there's a longing for a time where he was not beset with so much responsibility of being an adult. Sanjoy, portrayed by Subhendu Chatterjee, as a studious and good-natured man. He has an unhappy job he is locked into to support his parents. He wants to quit, but the boss's daughter fancies him, and he could have a promising future if he were to get with the program.
1000 reasons which চাকরি ছাড়া কিন্তু ছাড়া যায় না ছাড়লে বাড়ির লোক খাবে কি
Polite and honest to a fault, he is having difficulty reconciling this. Hari, the sportsman played by Shamit Banja, is a bundle of insecurities and frustration. Having just broken up with his high society girlfriend in the film's most substantial flashback, Hari is hanging with his friends to forget about the recent romantic hardship. He is also the most impulsive of the group, seemingly without a lot of self-control, almost the opposite of Sanjoy. Hari has issues with women, but more importantly, he knows it.
Hey, hungry look this me. Mind korbe.
The last member of the quartet is Shekhar, played by the inimitable Robi Ghosh. His comic turn here is the adhesive that keeps all the strands together. Shekhar is the only one who does not get a love interest. He says he doesn't want any, but he is clearly interested in the prospect. He is everyone's friend, and in being so, the least altered by the end of the story. If Soumitra Chatterjee was generally regarded as Ray's cinematic alter ego, and functionally his right hand, then Robi Ghosh would be Ray's heart. His rubbery face, his jaunty behavior that could also veer to the dark side, his unselfishness as an actor made him one of my favorite performers in cinema.
Have a nice dream.
And then there is Aparna, wonderfully played by Sharmila Tagore. She is cool and unfathomable, a mystery that Ashim is compelled to unravel. Wearing a catch-me-if-you-can half-smile, her quietly capricious exterior is hiding secrets that few will discover. To me, this is a very unique film for Ray, in which he really introduces an overt sensuality to his work. Everyone knows about the omission of kissing in Indian cinema. Some of the scenes are very risque for Indian cinema then, or now for that matter. Feel the tension in this scene. A beguiling Chantal woman who they met is hired to clean their room, and perhaps more. Chantal is the name of a certain group of indigenous tribals that exist in northeast India. They are often admired for their freedom from the ties of religion, caste, and social graces polite society have, such as wearing clothes. Hindu as a religion or a culture never really caught on with the Chantals. They kind of just abide by their own way. No girlfriend of these guys would be allowed to parade themselves in this manner. Without the cloak of maturity and responsibility the city world requires to succeed, in the forest, their true selves are revealed.
আমায় কেমন দেখাচ্ছে বলুন?
Jaya, a widow, discouraged from ever loving another man again, has felt a warm, perhaps romantic connection with Sanjoy. She takes a chance on him that he'll return her feelings.
সাঁওতালদের ছাড়া মানায় না বলেছিলেন?
It is a moment of their separate but equally painful humiliation.
আপনার নার্ভাস লাগছে?
Yet, Ray maintains their dignity.
না,
আমার লাগছে। দেখুন,
We are human beings, Ray says through his films, because we are vulnerable.